Hello, everybody. Wave 3 meteorologist Brian Good here for the latest edition of Snow Talk, which is going to become more of a ice, snow, rain, thunder, warm, cold talk as we head into the month of February. Lots of changes coming our way. We got to get through the cold weather. This is our latest cold snap moving into the area today. The coldest night of the entire week. In fact, over the next couple of weeks, really the way things are looking, the coldest night will be tonight. And then things do improve slowly to start, and then really rapidly as we head toward the upcoming weekend. Let me set you up with how things are looking here so far. Had a mix of some sun and clouds around the area, but pretty cold around the area today so far. You see the very thin clouds overall. A little bit of sunshine can still get through those in a few spots. The broader view shows how the weather pattern overall pretty quiet. The Arctic front has now moved off to the south. It's mainly located across areas of Alabama and to Georgia and to Texas. This is setting the stage for what looks to be a significant wintry event here for the southeast once the front does stall off the southeast coast. In fact, let me show the alerts we have. Quite a few winter storm warnings now in effect and watches anywhere from Louisiana all the way through the south side of Atlanta and again North Carolina. Some areas of the Outer Banks here across Charleston, South Carolina, looking at a major ice storm, and more than a foot of snow could fall across areas of North and South Carolina away from the coast, and even some accumulating snow all the way through Georgia, and perhaps even an ice event for New Orleans. So this has the potential to be a one for the history books, the way it's looking now for areas of the southeast. So if you've got friends or family there, I'm sure they're all interested in that, and I'm sure they're all at the grocery store right now. All right, here's the latest on our cold snap, though. You see the wind chill warnings that are in effect, a large section here of the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, and the wind chill warnings, where the winds are not as bad and the cold is not as bad. Got the lighter shade of light blue of wind chill advisories. It does include our northern counties, by the way, from Bedford all the way over to areas of North Vernon. We'll let you know if that gets extended southward or not into more of our area or not. At this point, I don't think it's going to happen, but it all depends on how strong the wind fields will be and how cold we get later on for tonight. But no snow coming our way. Things are quiet. No clippers for sure coming in our direction. Current temperature outside with a little bit of sunshine. It's helped us out. We're up to 19, but still cold up to the north. 12 in Seymour and 12 in North Vernon. The latest gauge here on the wind chills for later tonight and early tomorrow morning, right around 13 below here in Louisville and as much as 15 below in a few spots. Now, I think that'll be the norm. 10 to 15 below can be expected in especially areas that have snowpack. Now, looking ahead, a lot of you have been asking about what is going to happen this weekend and what's going to happen beyond. I will tell you right now, the pattern is extremely complicated. If you're big model watchers, I know a lot of you are. A lot of you know how to find models and model data. I highly caution you to pay attention to the model runs from run to run. It's going to give you a headache, and you're going to react to one model run when you really shouldn't. So just keep that in mind. We're analyzing all the data here and trying to come up with the best forecast we can to be accurate. But for those of you that are novice model readers, be careful what you post on social media here, because a lot of these model runs are going to really go back and forth a lot, because this is a very different pattern we've had so far in January. In January, we've had straight flow out of the Arctic that's influenced cold weather into the eastern part of the country. It's been very dry, very warm in areas of the west. Now, here's the two solutions I see coming our way as we head into the first few days of February, the first really 10 days ahead for us. The GFS is going to flatten the pattern out the way it's looking now. It's going to knock down the ridge in the west. This will allow storm systems to move into the Rockies, give some rain finally to areas that need the rain desperately in California, into the Rockies itself, and some mountain snow, which has been pretty absent. For us, it keeps us what we call zonal flow. Everything's moving a little bit faster from the west to the east. A couple of these storms can dig and become strong, but overall moving pretty fast. And some of the storms, most of them anyway, should be fairly weak, nothing too strong moving through. This means we're going to have a very mixed area set up here. And this is hard to determine yet where it's going to be. It could be between I-64 and I-70. It could be a mixed zone of freezing rain and sleet in the mornings, and then maybe all rain in the afternoon. You go back to freezing rain again at night. And it's going to be one of those back and forths kind of deal. And a snow band will be more likely further to the north, deeper into the cold air, and then rain here off to the south. That is what the GFS is trying to hint at the moment. And that's pretty much a status quo kind of look to it. Now, the European model is a little different. It actually wants to buckle the jet stream a little more to the north, and I wish the graphic didn't show it here, but the European is trying to actually push the jet stream more in this fashion. It comes in from the west, it digs across Texas, and it goes up through areas of the eastern United States. This would allow for what we call the southeast ridge to set up shop here across the southeast part of the country. What does that mean for us? Well, when you get a southerly flow like this, you get more of your snow falling here, your bigger snows. You can actually get bigger storms. So you got to watch out for severe weather developing in the southern plains and potential for heavy rain in our area. So the European is more dramatic of a model when it comes to the next 10 days. It shows potential for heavy rain and warmer weather, certainly, and heavy snow to the north. I'll show you the difference a little better when it comes to snow amounts. Now, don't pay any attention to the snow amount numbers here. I'm just trying to show you the pattern I'm talking about. The GFS, remember, it's a flat flow. So it only gives us like some backlash snows that come through every now and then across Kentucky. But for the most part, it's aiming the main snow band to set up shop over the next 10 days along and north of I-70. The European model has that more angled look to it, as I was talking about. This means that the flow is more southwest to northeast. You get more storm tracks tracking this way. That means your heavy snow will be found on the northern side of that. From Kansas City to Chicago, we'd only get backlash snows after each little low goes by, and that's really about it. So that's the two scenarios that we're debating right now and we're looking at. I just want to give you guys a behind-the-scenes look at that. And I'll talk with Kevin a little more when he gets in here in a few moments. And we're going to just kind of analyze how we're going to handle the extended part. I'm pretty sure we're going to go pretty flat overall in the solution on this until we get more data coming in. We don't have El Nino. We don't have La Nina to really help drive the given factor here. We would have some indices, though, the Arctic Oscillation and the PNA. I'm throwing a lot of terms out to you. I'm sorry. But the PNA and so forth do tell us that the European may be onto something there when it comes to that little bit more of a tilt to the jet stream over our area. So if you want warmer weather, it does look warmer than it is now. That I'm pretty confident in. Just how warm will depend on the shape of the jet stream over the next 10 days. So we do have some rain, and at times we could have some wintry weather involved. Now, if you want that big snow, and the pattern is still ripe for such, if you want that big snow, you want that jet stream to dig a little further to the south, and then that storm track will get a little more in our favor. I would not rule that out just yet, all right? It's hard to trust any model right now beyond 3 days, given this kind of a pattern. It's very complicated. I appreciate your patience with us on this. Stay tuned. We're going to watch it every single day, and we'll update you every single day. All right, have a good one. Stay warm outside.